Good morning everyone, Country Maro here. Welcome back to the Country Maro YouTube channel. For this video, I'll be showing you guys how I go about making my rabbit nesting boxes. I have a certain or a specific dimension that I use because I rear a medium-sized to large rabbit, as in the California and the TAMUK rabbits. For the nesting box, this is what my nesting boxes look like. The bottom, it is not hollow. There's a mesh there, a fine mesh that I put there. It's a baby saver wire, and I'll go through and tell you guys the dimension as I go along. Or what I can do is I can tell you guys the dimensions now, and after cutting and assembling the next box, I'll just talk you guys through, so it's like an EDI process. So here, this is the side where I go 18 inches long, so that's enough space for the doe and their kits. For the back here, it is 11 inches wide and 9.5 inches high. We're going for the top. It is 11 wide again, just like the box. So everything is coming in at 11 inches wide and 8 inches long or deep. I put a lip on my boxes. If you can see here, it's a 2 inches lip. This helps to keep the baby or the kittens inside the box when the mom or the doe is hopping out of the box. Sometimes you have the boxes without the lip, and when the does are hopping out, the kitten would be latched on to the nipple and they will fall out of the box sometime, and if your cage wire is not fine enough, they'll fall on the floor, and most times those kittens that fall out of the rabbit hutch won't survive. So hence I put a mesh bottom. Reason why we do mesh flooring for your nesting boxes, just in case you have a doe that pees or anything like that in the box, it don't hold moisture, so that won't sick these kids with the ammonia smell building up inside of the nesting box or litter box. I'm saying nesting box because it's just with the birds and rabbits. All right, so for the front here, the front is 5.5 inches high. So right here, the front is 5.5 inches, and everything for this is going to be 11 inches wide. So the front, the top, and the back is going to be 11 inches wide. The sides are 18 inches, and the height for the sides will also be 9.5 inches. So I'll just save you guys the confusion and go ahead now and start cutting and organize. Okay, so firstly, what I'm going to do, I already measure my 18 inches. I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut the two sides. This is going to make a lot of noise, so I'm just going to cut and then get back to you guys. Always remember your eye protection. So here we have the two 18 inches side. We're going to put those aside. So now that we have both sides cut, I'm going to go ahead and get the top into play. This piece of board that I'm cutting up, it's 10 by 11. 10 feet by 11 inches. So I'm safe with the 11 inches already, so I don't have to go for that measurement. However, now I'm going for the 8 inches deep for the top. So Let me just find the 8. And then we can move along from there again. So 8 inches deep, eye protection. It's a bit lean, but it will work. So now we have 2 sides top. We're going for the back now. The back, we're still working with the 11, but it's going to be 9.5 inches high. So let's find our 9.5 inches again. And we'll drop it in here. And I'll just show you guys when I'm finished cutting everything. So remember, we said that this board was 11 inches wide and the box height is going to be 9.5 inches. So I'm going to take this board now. I'm going to measure my 9.5 inches. This strip here, I'm going to do it for both sides, and then this part that is left, I can cut off from it to use it to make the lip so it doesn't go to waste. So now we have our sides, both 9 high, 18 inches long. You're wondering how we get this cut right here. Don't worry no more. Let me show you guys. The front of the box is going to be 5.5 inches high for the front. So what we're going to do, we're going to measure our front 5.5 inches now. So I chose this side to be the front. So 5.5 inches. I'm going to mark it here, and I'll take it closer to you guys and let you see it. So the top is going to be 8 inches out. I'm going to measure again and come 8 inches out for the top. So that's the part that covers the top. That's going to be 8 inches deep. So I come right here and I'm going to mark my 8 inches. So here is one of the sides. From here to here is 5.5 inches. Sorry about that. 5.5 inches, so I mark it there. From here to here is going to be 8 inches. I put a mark here also. Okay, I put in too much. I put a mark there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to run a straight edge from this line to this line. And there's where we're going to get that cut. So now we're going to use the saw and cut that on both sides of the. So now I'm going to show you guys how I put this box together. So here's my little makeshift table. Here are my 2 sides. And if you're rearing rabbit, guys, please don't miss the opportunity to make your rabbit a proper nesting box. Alright, so I'm just going in now, or going on. I would do well with extra pair of hands, but it's just me. Let me go and get a different drill bit and I'll come back to you guys. Alright, so I'm back with the correct bit. Let me see if I can MacGyver this now. For those of you guys who know MacGyver. Alright, so we're just going to even it up. Get it as neat as possible. If you can, I'll advise that you guys use pilot holes. However, if you're as skillful as me, or as I am, I'm just tooting my own horn. But it's best for you to go with pilot holes. It prevents the board from splitting. Otherwise you can just take it slow, like what you see I'm doing here. That's a bit lean, but I'm gonna fix it. But this is how you get your box in shape. So let me just continue and get a few more in. And ensure that both slanted sides are facing the same direction. Guys, this is how I do most things. I myself, when the wife is not around or the children, so I'll just be home and have something to do, just do it by myself like this. I don't have all the fancy tools and equipment. If I had them, I would have used them. So if you have them, go ahead and use them. Going in now with the front, it's a 5.5 inches, and everything just match back now when you're going like that. So let's put in our front. When we're going with the front, we're not going to tighten it too much because we have the top to put in. So the front is a 5.5 inches high, but also 11 wide, like everything else. And this nesting box idea came from another YouTube channel. Her name is Teal Stone. I just altered it a little bit to fit my need. However, the original idea is from Teal Stone. She has a YouTube channel that she rears rabbit and so on. So our box is almost done. I went ahead and tightened the front already, but maybe I have to loosen it just to get the top in. Well, the top fits. So I'm just gonna go in with the top. And we have it like that. So let me go ahead, catch it, and then I'll get back to you guys after I get the top and the lip right here. I'm just gonna get it in and screw it from the sides, the top from the sides and the back, and that will be done. The only thing is to put on the mesh underneath it. So the end product is here. I haven't put any wire on the base of this one as yet, but you guys see what it's gonna look like, or what it should look like. This is a final product. I'll also have the dimension either in the description or on a QR code. So this is what it should look like. I will have the dimension on a QR code somewhere in the video or down in the description. I'm not sure as yet where I'm going to put it, but as long as you're onto this video or this channel, you'll get everything to go about and build this box to have a nice box for your rabbit, litter box for your rabbits. So guys, this is one of the nesting box, and I'm going to show you guys how it works inside the cage. So we're just going to find a corner, put that nesting box in, and let me just take you in closer. Alright, so now we're in. We're going to turn the back to one of the sides or a corner, and the lower part, which is the front with the lip, is going to be out for the doe to have access to hop in and out of the box. And that's it. Right, so thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the support that you guys have been giving me. I really do appreciate the love. Please continue watching, like, share, and subscribe to the Country Maro YouTube channel as I go along on this endeavor to teach and to bring you more and better videos. We still have some backyard work doing. I'll take you guys in the garden someday this week when I have the time and show you guys what is happening in the backyard and the changes that I'll be doing to my backyard garden for the remainder of this year. So stay tuned. God bless you all. Have a great day. Cheers.